If I told you that this summer I went all the way to New York City to see Harry Styles perform in concert, what would you start to think about me? What if I told you that I waited in line for 2 hours before the concert started to buy a Harry Styles sweater? What if I told you how much I spent on the concert tickets alone? Lucky for you, I won't even share that information with my parents, so I won't be shocking you with that today. However, I did do all these things, and I am what you would consider a fangirl. If I had started off today by asking you to picture what a typical fangirl would look like, a lot of you may have thought of a 13-year-old girl screaming at a Justin Bieber concert wearing a shirt with his face on it. It would be natural to assume that these girls are a bit boy-obsessed, immature, and silly for asking for a Justin Bieber toothbrush for Christmas. However, if someone were to tell us that they bought season tickets to their favorite basketball team, we wouldn't think much of it, other than maybe, wow, that's pretty cool, and I wish I had the money to do that. Being a sports fan is just considered the norm, and it's okay to wear your favorite player's jersey out in public on a normal day. But why is there this difference in what society deems acceptable and not acceptable, or mature and immature? Is there really no similarities between these two groups of extreme fans? Let's take a look at the psychology of being a fan, and we might begin to understand that these two identities aren't really that different. One well-known theory of motivation is a need-based theory created by Abraham Maslow. Maslow defined needs as long-lasting feelings which require satisfaction or relief and tend to influence action. As he observed that some needs have a greater influence on our motivation than others, he established Maslow's hierarchy of needs. This hierarchy is often presented as a pyramid, as shown here, with the most essential needs on the base of the pyramid. One must typically satisfy needs from one level before moving on to prioritize needs from higher levels in the pyramid. The pyramid starts off with physiological needs, followed by safety and security, love and belonging, self-esteem, and then self-actualization. Physiological needs are the most essential, basic needs that are required for survival. This can include food, water, sleep, or shelter. Once we get on to the second level, needs start to become a bit more complex. So doing things such as finding a job, getting health insurance, or moving to a safe neighborhood are all examples of things that establish safety needs. At the third level, our need for emotional relationships drives human behavior. This can include developing family relationships, romantic attachments, or being part of different groups. The fourth level describes our need to feel appreciated and respected by others. This can also include our personal worth, our esteem, basically feeling like we are contributing to the world. Finally, self-actualizing people tend to be self-aware, prioritize personal growth, and are interested in fulfilling their potential. Now, understanding this theory allows us to appreciate the experience of being a fan. The act of being a fan, either in sports or while supporting a singer, involves belonging to a group of people that share the similar interests as you. Being a fan of football and cheering with your family and friends, or meeting other Taylor Swift fans online, both involve satisfying the need to belong. We can gain a sense of connection through sharing things that we love, and through these different interpersonal experiences, we can feel related to others. If you've ever been at a concert or a sports game, you've likely felt that sense of community that stems from people sharing the same goal and love for what you're watching. We'll see strangers holding each other in anticipation while their favorite team is in overtime, or while waiting to see what song their favorite artist opened the concert with. With both forms of entertainment, people are brought together, and there's a place for every fan to feel like they fit in. Now, the fourth level of the hierarchy also can explain this behavior of fans. How we feel about ourselves is influenced to a degree by our achievements, those achieved by ourselves and by the groups we belong to. In other words, if the group you belong to is successful or respected, we tend to feel good about ourselves. If your favorite celebrity wins a Grammy or wins the World Cup, that need for self-esteem is met because fans are so involved in the success of their idols. On top of this, fans who support a band or group of sports tend to be so immersed in knowledge of that group that they feel a sense of mastery in a particular domain. This contributes to confidence and even respect from other similar fans. This all comes down to feeling good about ourselves and our identity. Now, regardless of if you're categorized as a sports fan or a fangirl, we are all just humans allocating our energy and our resources in ways that meet our psychological needs. Yet, despite this, sports fans are celebrated across the world through game day parties, Jersey days, or the fact that fantasy football is deemed acceptable. But if a 20-year-old girl were to put up a poster of her favorite artist in her room, she'd be made to feel embarrassed because it's considered immature or childish to worship someone that doesn't even know you exist. Yet, last time I checked, most of you basketball fans aren't best friends with LeBron James. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say there's anything ridiculous about being a sports fan. My goal today was to reflect on the stereotype that we have of fangirls and see that it's a bit unfair. Someone who wants to support a singer instead of a basketball player should be encouraged to find that community of people that's going to accept them and give them something to be passionate about. Everyone has different ways of meeting their psychological needs, and just because it doesn't match with what's deemed normal by society doesn't mean it should be invalidated. Thank you.